What is up, guys? I got another battle for you today. This is an underused tier match versus Cody, otherwise known as HydreigonMaster635. As you may have known, he had his Wi-Fi down for quite a few weeks, but he managed to remedy the problem very recently, and I was able to get a UU battle with him. This was during his stream, and it was a really good battle, and honestly, I could have asked for a better welcome back present from Cody. And so, there are actually a couple things on this team that you probably have not seen yet. One of them being my workup Virizion, and the other being my Flygon. I mean, it's a standard Flygon, but I don't really use it much. And on his side of the field, my Lodic can be a problem. Victini is always a threat. Raikou can be a real threat. And his team was actually a team that 6-Foot Hacks or Leo gave to him. And that's what ensued. So, without further ado, let's get on with the match, shall we? So I'm going to lead off with my main Shadow because this thing is Choice Scarfed and can outspeed pretty much everything on his team. And he's going to lead with Raikou. So, first instinct is to U-turn on pretty much everything, and he's going to switch into his Gligar, which honestly, it was just the best play for me to go for U-turn, because if he stayed in and went for the electric move or whatever, the extra sensory, I could have gone into the appropriate thing. But U-turn was the safer option. Now I'm going to go into my Porygon Z here, hopefully threaten it out, which is why I do a double switch into my Virizion, predicting his Milotic to come in to take the Ice Beam, but he actually predicts that and goes for the Toxic, so great move on your part, Cody. I commend you for that. But this is my workup Virizion, which means I am in fact the mixed set. So I do run Giga Drain on this Virizion, which is called for on the set, and I also run Close Combat and Stone Edge. I don't know if I'm going to change one to HP Ice, but I feel like Giga Drain is the better special option. And so he's going to switch out here, go into his Xatu. I'm just going to make the safe play and go for the Giga Drain in case he wanted to stay in and roost or whatever. Just get some HP back, because Virizion is just going to be able to do that. And so this Xatu's in here. I know I can outspeed it because most Xatus don't run speed investment, and Virizion's pretty quick anyway. So I am just going to actually surprise the Xatu with the Stone Edge. Cody actually was not expecting it because most run HP Ice, but I'm running Stone Edge because, you know, to hit the flying types even harder. And I believe I'm running even attack and special attack investment, so either way. Now he's going to bring in Victini. In case he was expert belted, I wanted to stay in and go for the Stone Edge again, but he's Scarfed. I left Virizion as death fodder just sort of to scout what kind of Victini this is, and the only reason it outspeeded me was Scarfed. That being said, I can go out to my Flygon and threaten this out with an Earthquake. So, not that I overpredict, but he calls my U-turn very nicely once again, and I am going to have to go into something to take another V-Create, which is my Arcanine. This is my physically defensive one, as opposed to my abandoned one that I've used earlier. And he's just going to go for a V-Create. He's -1. It's resisted, max HP, max defense, and that does nothing at all. I mean, absolutely, positively, diddly, squiddly, squat, nothing. And I believe I go for the Morning Sun on his switch into Milotic. Because I don't carry the Wild Charge, I am going to have to switch out after I heal my HP back, because my Lodic is a threat, and I can't deal with these threats. So I'm going to go into my Porygon Z here, kind of get a good amount of damage on it, because he's probably physically defensive, but he still has more special defense, which probably tells me he's running mixed defenses or something of the sort. But either way, my Lodic is just going to Dragon Tail me out into my Flygon, which isn't the worst play in the world for either of us. And I know because he carries Dragon Tail, he doesn't carry Ice Beam, which means I can go for Earthquakes pretty much all I want. But the problem is that Milotic can heal it off all the time. So he's going to have to do some damage to me, and then I can either A, switch into the appropriate Pokemon, or B, keep firing off Earthquakes. Unfortunately for me, he gets a crit burn with Scald, and that just completely, utterly destroys my Flygon, because not only would it have been able to not do any damage to my Milotic the next turn, if it even lived the burn, but the fact is I died of burns. So Flygon is gone, which means my most useful Pokemon at the moment is Main Shell. I'm just going to go straight for the high jump kick, because he doesn't have any ghosts, and the worst he can do is switch in his Gligar, which he does here. And so I figure I'm going to go back out into my Porygon Z and get the download boost, because I know he's just either going to go for Earthquake, B, go for Toxic. And he opts to go for the Earthquake just to get some damage off. And I'm at the point where I know it's not safe to go for the Agility, because Earthquake is a 2-hit KO from that range. So I don't feel like I should be messing around, and I'm just going to plain flat kill the Gligar with the Ice Beam. That said, he's going to switch in Raikou here. And I thought, by the way he brought this thing in, and just the fact that he went for extra sensory, is the fact that he is choiced, which is why I bring in Sharpedo, and I don't go for the Protect. And it turns out that this Raikou was actually expert belted, and I called Cody's bluff beautifully. And now I have the speed advantage over the Raikou, which means I can go for the Earthquake on the following turn and KO the Raikou. Now, Cody was a little miffed that I had actually, quote-unquote, out-predicted him at this point, because that was honestly a tough play to make. I was this close to going for Protect on that turn. Now I'm going to fire off a couple crunches. I was hoping to either get a crit or a defense drop, because I know for a fact that my Lodic can take Sharpedo's hits pretty well. I mean, it's not the best hits in the world, but I mean, it's more than 50%, so he's going to have to recover it all off. And I'm just going to keep firing off crunches, hoping for defense drops or crits or whatever. And I was like, hey Cody, I could really use a crit right now. I bet I am going to crit you. I mean, we were all in the Skype chat because we were all in the stream, and it was such a fun stream. And so my Sharpedo is just getting faster and faster and faster. And I'm going to keep going for crunch. So I'm like, Cody, I'm definitely going to get a crit here. And no, that doesn't happen, but wait for it. But of course, Cody gets the crit. Not like the crit mattered, but that's just salt in the wound, honestly. But this Milotic is being a real pain in the butt right now, so I have to switch into my Manshao and have to destroy this thing with a high jump kick. Because Manshao is kind of one of my last hopes in order to win this match, because I know I can do hefty damage to his Roserade, and that is going to do almost half, as he's going to go for the Sludge Bomb, and I know if I fodder off my Manshao, I can bring in my Arcanine, finish it off, and I believe that's all I have left is Manshao and Arcanine, but I end up getting the crit here with the high jump kick, which is pretty game changing, because now he has his Victini left, which means I'm going to hit this thing with a high jump kick, and that is going to do enough to the point where an extreme speed from my Arcanine is actually able to KO the Victini, leaving me with the quite narrow 1-0. So that was great game, Cody. I mean, I really enjoyed the match, and I know you did too. And you'll probably be uploading this soon, but either way, great game, Cody. And I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, because I know I did. And feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. In terms of the blue randomized Nuzlocke, I hope you guys are keeping up with that. I have quite a few videos backed up for that, and I have a couple battles backed up that I'll bring you guys soon. I am going to be getting more battles tonight over the course of Cody's stream, which will be taking place at 7 tonight. So please be sure to check out the stream. Maybe you'll battle me, maybe you'll battle Cody, maybe you'll battle Strato. Whoever's going to be there, it's going to be fun. So I'm kind of advertising for Cody a bit, but anyway, other than that, Cody's hitting 1,000 subscribers very, 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 very soon. In fact, he probably has it right now. But anyway, till next time, Smash Bros. Pro 33 signing out.